Good morning, guys, and welcome to the weekend. Thanks for joining me on this inaugural flight. I can't believe how many of you were here, and I truly appreciate that. Just a few pleasantries to greet you all, and then we'll get started with the day. So, we had some early risers today, of course, in Australia, and we'll get to that great individual here in a moment. Hugh Jennings is here. Good morning. Brutal Morning Wood. Hello. I know for many of you, it's the afternoon, the middle of the day, the middle of the night, the early morning, and I appreciate you being here. Defenders of the faith, thank you. We've got pop culture Avenger, excuse me, a new person here. I really appreciate you joining us today. You know what? I don't need these. Let's do this. All right, very good. Okay, just letting you know, this show is going to be all about what I think is going to happen this weekend in pop culture and all the shows that we love. We have a lot of them out there that we all watch. We watch Gary and the guys over at Nerdrotic. We watch Doomcock. We watch several other of our favorites go through their paces of covering everything that they can through through any means that they have available to themselves to bring us all some news about what's going on in pop culture and what their opinion and commentary is on that. And of course, I do that as well on Sunday midday as well. I want to say hi to the Accidental Tourist. Thank you for being here. I can't say that you're not part of the inspiration for this particular show. I thought that was a clever name, and I enjoy that. Of course, I said hello to Brutal Morningwood. We have, my goodness, we have several other folks here, which I appreciate. Some of you have not decided to say anything, which is fine. We have Billy Bongo, who I apologize to for getting up very early. Thank you, my Australian friend. I do appreciate that. Diablo Dame, hail and hello. Happy Friday. And that's the whole point of the show. We are moving into the weekend, and we want to talk about what we're all going to be talking about starting this evening with those big and great shows that we have online. Zachariah, appreciate you being here. Aluvrian and Makara, thank you again for being here. I really appreciate it. I know you guys are all kind of on a lunch break, maybe, so we'll burn through this. Try to keep it to an hour. I always try to start on time. If you guys haven't noticed, I don't like to be late. So always try to get the plane off the ground on time. Hello, Mando Merc. I appreciate you being here. And I appreciate you being early. That's cool. Toxic Man Flew Hail, Runner Studios. Hello, Michael Jolan, Michelle Jolan. Excuse me. I always do that, but I try to correct myself every time. Thank you for being here. Kip Ellis and Krista Joe. Hello and good morning. And we're middle of the day or afternoon or evening or super duper early. I really appreciate it. So real quick, let's talk about the things we're going to talk about. Well, first of all, let's dive into the thing that a lot of people couldn't get away from for probably the last 10 days. And of course, that's the stuff that's going on over at Netflix. Now, I will not talk directly or exactly about what the controversy was, but I will talk a little bit about what's happening to them right now. Now, their particular stock ticker has been fluctuating dramatically. I know you all know that, and as you can tell, it's something for an investor to keep an eye on, because sometimes when you want to trade pure alpha, you are looking for a constant rise. And while you can make money during the slide, you really want to be in a position where you were making money on the uptick. And so with this, let's take a look at the most up-to-date ticker that I have in front of me, which is Netflix is now at $460.60 off of their peak, which happened just a few days ago. Now, if you look at this, it was of course, I'm revealing the Pacific Standard Time here. But they had already dropped below yesterday's previous close of 470.20, which was a little higher than I thought or anticipated. And of course, it had been much higher at 575.37 at one point in the last 52 weeks, because the way they track those stats goes that way. Now, it's been as high as 479 today. I don't think it's going to bounce back to its previous close. I think it's going to continue to head downhill, and I think it's pretty obvious why. They are not getting good pub on the back of this. Even some of the mainstream media started to turn against them, and I don't see. I know it'll flatten out. It'll probably flatten out in the next 5 or 6 days. But what happened with that star from the show Cheer? That didn't help things. And if you don't know about that, that particular person, Mr. Harris, was arrested for producing not great images with children in them, and that's not good. He was essentially soliciting a younger person to produce said material, and that's not just a little bit illegal. It's incredibly illegal, and it doesn't reflect well on Netflix as a whole. But obviously, the Jerry Harris thing is what it is, and I don't know that. I don't know what else to say about it. It's a disgusting practice that happens all over the place, and I don't know what to do about it. All we can do is hope that the laws continue to get enforced that we have on the books, and that's all we can hope for. And anyway, I just want to say thank you all again. Those of you who have joined late, I truly appreciate you being there in here, including our friend Apollo Patriot, one of the greatest memers in the community. So, again, if you're looking for some fun follows, you can see his memes not only on well, across the internet or perhaps on some shows like my own, but you can also see them over on the Geeks and Gamers website. And that's a lot of fun if you check out the forums over there. I think he's got well over 500 memes up, that you can of course use. I think he doesn't mind at all if you use his memes, in your posts on Twitter and things like that. So, but yeah, the Aluvrian's like Seattle to PDX to SFO, the wokest itinerary in North America. Yeah, that's no good. That's absolutely no good. And that's another funny thing with everything with the law that's been recently passed, or the amendment to the law, or the new whatever you want to call it in California, to change the reporting process for people who are guilty of doing bad things to young people below the age of majority. I'm being very careful. But that law isn't going to do great things for the youth of California, and large corporations such as Netflix. I wonder if they're behind any type of help with the politicians that got elected to produce that. I'm just saying, not going to cast dispersions outright, but I'm kind of concerned. And it doesn't make any sense. And you know what? Defenders of the Faith says so in the chat, that they've dug their heels in so hard on something that, most people, if not nearly all, if not 99.9% of humanity on the planet can't get behind, which is stay away from kids with your desires. How's that? Anyway, it's kind of troublesome and kind of an issue. And I understand that there are people out there who make the argument that some people are unfairly accused, prosecuted, and convicted, and then they have to live with that particular thing the rest of their life, because for the rest of their lives they have to report. But I'm sorry, I don't think a less than 10-year age difference is something to allow for an exception. I just don't. But hey, I don't live in California, so I don't have to worry about it. Anyway, hello, Keck. Glad you could join us. Let's see if we can move along. And I cover a broad number of topics here, as you guys know. And my most popular video on Monday was about the NFL and the NFL ratings. Now, it wasn't specifically about the football games, because I didn't watch any of them, and probably won't the rest of the year, because I have been told in advance that we will be treated to a steady diet of politics and agenda, which is not what I go to sports to see. In fact, just like all of you, my entertainment, I want to be free of any preaching and agenda and things like that. If I want preaching, I'll visit a house of worship. If I want to be lectured, I'll go to a classroom or a seminar. I don't need that in my entertainment, which is my only form of escape. And I think you all agree with me. In fact, I know you do, which is probably why you are here. But this will be a subject, I think, that will be touched on a little bit by both the Friday Night Tights show and by Doomcock's Friday Night Frolics. I think that while not talking about the sports specifically, because Jeremy and the G&G crew are so heavily invested in it, because Gary used to be a fan, and because all of the folks there are familiar with what's going on, I think it'll be a subject that you'll see. Of course, the Netflix stuff, I guarantee you they'll talk about this week, because that ain't going away. I see it's going to be another 5 or 6 day window on this, and we'll see. I think that stock's going to continue to close down. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that off the screen. We don't need it anymore. But let's talk about the NFL ratings. Now, I always like to compare, and this is the difference between me and a lot of other YouTubers out there. I don't like to be hyperbolic just to be hyperbolic. I don't need a hot take. I can tell you what I think without, being bombastic or, exuberant in any way. I can just say that I'm I'm concerned with the way that the media is being presented, and I'm also concerned with the way information is gathered and then reported. Now, when it comes to these ratings, and again, we're circling back to that now. When it comes to the NFL ratings, they're being manipulated. And you're like, well, how? Ratings are always just essentially static figures given to us from the Nielsen company, who have households that opt into a program that allows for the collection of data either through an electronic service or through the use of what's called a diary. I have participated in Nielsen ratings. I know what I'm talking about. Now, I can tell you that the diary does not account for television viewing that is outside of the household. And when it comes to live sports, viewing outside of the household is something that's not tracked, or it didn't used to be. And I think what happened after they realized what was going on, or what potentially could happen, or was happening with the NBA, they changed the rules on August 1st of this year. This is information that I don't think a lot of people have. They changed the rules so that out of household viewing is counted. So if you go to a sports bar, they're now counting that. If they go to if you go to any of these uh, other venues where you can watch sports, if you happen to be in a restaurant that's not even a sports bar and they're playing the game, if you happen to watch that while you're there, they're going to count that rating if you put it in your diary or you report it. That I consider problematic. Number one, we will not have like for like comparisons this year to last year. If you think about it, um, that's maybe not great because they're already hiding the fact that they're losing viewership or trying to by adding in a bunch of digital numbers that we don't know what the collection methodology is. We don't know if they're using the YouTube uh, form of data collection. And if somebody watches for a minute and a half, does that count as a view? Because that minute and a half could be the introductions, and then they get to the woke part of the football game, where they have all the virtue signaling and the gnashing of teeth and the clenching of garments, and or the rending of garments, I guess. And uh, my goodness, that person's done. And you know what? I'll tell a brief anecdote. One of my friends, who's a normie, not somebody who pays a particular lot of attention to any of the stuff that we do here, he reached out to me and let me know that once they saw what they saw in that household, they switched the television off and watched something else. They watched home improvement shows because they were not going to suffer through the balance of a football game that was obviously going to be tainted with all of this false, frustrating narrative. Now, don't get me wrong. There's racism in the country. There's racism in every country. There's racism in every culture, but not to the extent they're trying to talk about. They're trying to shake the tree and go from equality to equity, and that's Marxism, communism, socialism, all the isms. Those isms are bad. And a lot of the ists are bad too, which is why they go about calling us those names. So kind of all you have left right now is the NHL and golf, because even NASCAR did some weird stuff, and I'm going to be weirded out if golf decides to dive down this hole too, but we'll see. Anyway, so I want to show you something to back up what I said. Just the information from one of the sources that I trust, the Sports Media Watch folks. We'll grab the screen share. Sorry, it's taking so long. A bit of a boomer here. You guys do that, or you should. Oh, am I grabbing the wrong page? I did. Let's try to grab the right one. There we go. So as you can see, the last paragraph here on the screen, we have, does viewership include bars and restaurants? And here it is, guys. As of August 31st, 2020, all the Nielsen figures include out of home viewing. Again, Nielsen uses sampling data to calculate the audience, meaning that your viewing of sporting event outside your home does not count unless you are a Nielsen family. And it should be noted that Nielsen is not the only company that calculates out of home viewing. Well, you are new to it now. And the Tunity Analytics, they say, does that as well. So I'm not this familiar with Tunity. I've never actually utilized anything or been a part of any of their stuff, so I don't know. I'm not sure if any of you out there have been, or if any of you have even done any of that. But it is what it is. So let's say hi to a couple other folks here and see what the chat's saying, guys. I always like to acknowledge you guys and spend time getting conversing, because that's what this is supposed to be, and I really appreciate you guys all being here and contributing. Yeah, this goes back a little bit, but yeah, there are still a lot of creepers hanging there for sure. Yeah, Gone with the Wind is bad. No, not so much. Apollo Patriot definitely uses the memes, helps us get through a lot of this stuff with comedy. Want to watch Sweaty knock out another one? Football is dead. Yes, it is. And you know what? You and I had a Twitter conversation to this end, or perhaps it was a conversation in the comments of the video. It changed for us. The football, the game of football, or in viewing, has changed for us. Gone are the days that I remember of my 7 and 8 year old self sitting with my dad and my grandpa watching football, because it won't happen again. And they're not only going to lose the generation of fans that they're losing. They're losing massive amounts of folks in the right demographics that they want to keep, but they're losing the next generation or two that are, if they do find their way to football, it's not going to be from that family event that is usually created out of this sport. So Netflix should go to a Russian prison. That's a little strong. Let's see. The Roman, do not mess with the circus. Exactly. And that's actually what football is. The gladiator. In fact, that movie, if you think about it, Russell Crowe, turning around in the arena and yelling at the Caesar, are you not entertained? Yeah. Yeah. We have entertainment for a reason. It gives us the distraction that we need from our daily cares. By throwing our daily cares into everything that is entertainment, there's no escape. I think I've made that point in 100 different ways over the course of the last 7 months, or however long I've been doing the YouTube thing now. So, and again, I appreciate all of you that subbed to me. You guys have really made the last couple of weeks just amazing. So thank you so very much. And I think, I think you're right. I think golf is the best sport. Yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, and hockey's going downhill. You're right, Apollo Patriot. Hello, Adega Outlaw, and welcome. Appreciate you. Oh, give you $500. Really, Pat Steven Seagal? All right. So, in order to not be yelled at by the mob, that's their new tactic. Give me $500 so I don't attack you. That seems fair. They were doing that in the Chaz, if you remember going back. That's a mindset that comes along with things. If you are white, give the closest black person $10-20. You guys remember that? Am I misremembering that? I don't think so. Hello and good afternoon, Tina. Thank you for being here. You're one of those fantastic supporters. Tina's everywhere, guys, and she makes sure everybody is supported, and that we really do appreciate that. Plus, she has great insights, and her husband has good taste too, even in movies, I think. So, obviously, in people. Yeah, they didn't learn anything from CNN for counting ratings. You're 100% right, actually. And this is the other thing that I don't think a lot of people know about. And I've said it in a couple of live streams, but CNN ratings are artificial. Why do I say that? Well, because they have a contract in most of the major airports in the United States where they provide the television equipment and the services, and CNN is the channel that they broadcast in the airport. I wonder if you guys have ever noticed that. It's the primary channel. Anyway. Let's see. Yeah. Well, yeah. When you run through PHX or any of the other major airports, yeah, that's CNN. Thank you very much. Or not. In my case, I am. I don't actually enjoy the CNN at all. I don't watch the CNN at all. I feel bad for people who that's their only source of news and they don't venture out onto the internet and do a little bit of reading. I understand why, but that's again why the YouTube channels are all building, is because we can present information, even though we may also have a narrative that goes along with it. At least we're going to give you the information honestly. We'll read the article, we'll analyze it, we'll even read it out loud at points. In fact, we did that on a great show last night on Comics Division about a monkey experiment. Give that video a view. But it was a lot of fun, and I can tell you that this is not going away, at least not for a little while. I agree with Gary that we were almost around the corner on a lot of this entertainment stuff, and the beer bug is just the thing that shot us in the foot. I think it shot us in the foot in entertainment, information, et cetera, et cetera. So, um, I think mud wrestling does not kneel. Well, that's good. Mud wrestling sounds like fun. I don't know that I'm the target viewer for that, but hey, each his own. Talks. Appreciate it. Yeah, California schools will hold out. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. Oh, hey, thank you, Mando Mark. Yes, let's get me to 1,000 subs, and then let's get everybody else to 1,000 subs because I'm all about supporting the other creators out there, as you guys know. Because hey, I hang out with them. They're all my friends. I appreciate them all, even the ones I disagree with. You should appreciate them too. Hey, it's the great Stieg Kenobi. Stieg was brilliant last night. Again, you need to go back in time or watch the replay of the Comics Division stream last night. It was a lot of fun. The cancel culture streams are always a blast. So, oh, Wes is going to play Halo too. I love Halo. I'm a huge fan. Hello, Script Doctor. Thank you for joining us at your lunch. Appreciate that very much. I was hoping we would hang out tomorrow for the movie stream, but you may be missing, so that's cool. Family first, man. But I'm looking forward to Christy's movie stream tomorrow morning, and hopefully you guys are all too. I guess it's afternoon and evening. I have to remember when I say morning to me, it's not morning. When I say afternoon to me, it's not afternoon to everybody else. I'm bad with that. The whole time zone thing. I appreciate you. We're a global community. I wish we could get on a global time. Although that would be weird. I'm going to work at 1 a.m. It'd be kind of odd. But, if the sun was up, maybe not. Anyway, rambling. Let's see. I wonder if America will lose a little bit of weight with the death of the armchairs. Yeah, actually, Nano Reaper, and thank you for being here. I'm glad you're in the chat. No, I think that'll happen. I think we'll all drop some pounds. I know that my activity level has been up substantially, although a lot of my activity is editing videos and intros and stuff like that. And of course, I spend a lot of time in the chair doing the computer stuff for one of the companies that I do. But that's okay. I still get up and exercise and walk, and and I'm going to get back on my complete exercise program next week. That's something that the boss and I talked about extensively. So, woo, time to get back in complete shape again, so I can get ripped. I'll be carved out of wood. Maybe not. I'll just be less dad body. But anyway, so. Oh yeah, Defenders of the Faith saw it. Yeah, the monkey experiment is hilarious. You guys have to see it. Tom's a brilliant person, and he's the one that brought that article to light. So that one's a lot of fun. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if they talked about that on FNT tonight. I will say this, and getting back to the ratings right now, real quick, since I've almost caught up with the chat. Since we're not going to have a like-for-like comparison, this is week one that we're looking at right now from 2020, and I pulled up week two as well. That because I always like to do like for like. I think numbers can't exist in a vacuum. You have to have something that's reasonable to compare it to. You don't want apples and oranges. You want apples and apples. Now, Nielsen has actually gone out of their way to give us apples and oranges because of the way they started changing up the rating system. But as it is, let's take a look at week one of 2019. Let me zoom in here. That's week one of 2019. And you can see ratings were up marginally, and obviously on the big game, the biggest game of the week there being Green Bay and Chicago on NBC, which means it was an evening game. And in fact, it was the back end of a doubleheader, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or it might have been the front end. Pittsburgh, New England. No, it was the back end of a doubleheader. So, and look, the games ratings and the demographics are the numbers that you want to look at. The 18 to 49 is the most important category for football. And you can see that the 7 rating is something that you always like to see. And if you go back on the one we were looking at before, they broke it down to be a lot different. Look at that. The only game was the late Fox game, which honestly made a lot of sense. You have two goats, two quarterbacks that could be considered greatest of all time in certain categories. And Tom Brady will obviously go down in history as the greatest quarterback of all time. I know. Don't throw hate at me. You don't have to be a Patriots fan to realize just the numbers, the sheer volume. Just an amazing person. But 7.9. So that was a good number to start with. But look at some of these other ratings in 2020. They're down in the threes and the fours. No bueno. That's not good. And I don't know that it's going to change. I really don't. In fact, I don't suspect that it will. I think that for the foreseeable future, we're going to have ratings that are going to be low because they're going to be people like us that are frustrated with our entertainment being full of this garbage. And it's going to show up in those players' contracts for years to come. Years to come. Because once you lose fans, look at how long it took baseball to get back. It took forever. It took them overlooking the steroids in that sport. Anyway, I don't want to talk about that. I just want to talk about, like I said, the ratings in general. And you know what? That's been sliding across the board. One of the stories that I don't have pulled up, but that I was looking at again this morning, on Business Insider, was talking about that as well. That network television had a small pause in ratings decline because 2019 ratings declined for everything across the board in television. And 2020 was going the same way until we got the first part of the beer bug. And then once all of the social justice stuff got fired up, television decline continued. So they had a small pause and they had a moment to like recoup a bunch of audience, but instead they went the other way and covered the mostly peaceful burning of crap and the violence in the country and pushed a bunch of people away and then served up everything that we got to that end. So anyway, all right, let's keep going. I'm sorry, guys, it got paused. So I think that's definitely going to be something that they cover. And I know that for a fact they're going to start to cover the stuff. Well, they may not, but I'm pretty sure they'll cover the stuff about Hollywood in general, and some of the things that have been going on, including the box office. I mean, Odin, once he's finished eating his pizza, he will probably be able to give them a pretty decent breakdown of what's happening in the box office for comparison. Theaters in the United States are only about 70% open right now, and they are only allowed about a 25% occupancy in most of those states. And with more information coming to light about the misrepresentation by public officials about infection rate versus case rate, we're really gonna start to see a decline, not just in the movie production but television, because if people aren't there to watch it and pay advertisers, you're going to have a lot less of this stuff. And you know what? I find myself, and I don't know if any of you do, but I find myself watching older programming, even with a little bit of politics in it, like a show like MASH, which had a lot of, bleeding heart stuff in it, which is fine. It was a great show, an excellent drama with a lot of comedy in it. And as that show evolved and went through, there was a lot of heart. And that had a strong female character, although she was played for laughs because she was a ball buster. See, I didn't even have to curse there. In Margaret Houlihan, it's still an endearing character, somebody that you could identify with, and she doesn't have to look like you. She doesn't look like, well, the hair's close, but she didn't look like me, and yet I still identify with her character, even though she had a different gender than me. Interesting. But I'm looking forward to their discussion of the Hollywood stuff because I know it's coming. They're going to talk about Tenet's performance, and they'll probably get back on Mulan. The Mulan thing it still has enough outrage in it that it's talked about on a daily basis because that movie just outright flopped. We will never get those numbers. If those numbers were good, we would have had a glowing report from Disney. They would have gone out of their way. Now, when it comes around to the next quarterly, there's going to be a question on Mulan, guys, and how they answer that will be the most beautiful tap dance you've ever seen. So make sure you tune into the Q4 call. I'll make sure in one of my videos to call that out there, or maybe just put it up as in a comment and with a link to where you can go to watch the earnings call for Q4. I would love for them to have hundreds of thousands of people watching a Q4 quarterly and see what the reaction would be by the normies there. I think that'd be fascinating. And hello, Karen Prime. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate you being here today. Philip Gaming. Hey, how's it going? Steve, like I said, hello. Mando Merc, hello. I do have my 94 list finished. I am ready for tomorrow. So Bill Whitaker, thank you for joining us today. And let me see. Shellback is here. Thank you guys. Oh, yeah, I have other MASH fans out there. And let's see. Hail, Captain Track. Hello, Terry Rose. And Machini 90. Thank you, Kai. Appreciate you, man. Hey, guys, that's another thing. Kai is an author amongst a game creator and many other things that he does. And he made this book, Space Crime, Domino. It's going to be available on the 1st of October. I am reading this book so I can provide a review. Make sure that you check this out. It's truly, truly amazing. I've only gotten through probably about a tenth of the book. This thing is a tome. I mean, it's close. It's like as thick as well, it's not quite as thick as a Silmarillion, but it's close. Pretty good book. Anyway, I'm going to get through that. I'll give a review on it. That'll be a bonus video out there in the world. I can't wait for that. Now, the next thing I think that we're going to talk about, or that they will talk about this weekend, of course, will be Star Trek. And that's because of how poorly it's performing. In fact, one of my friends here that's actually in the chat right now, Script Doctor, does incredible reviews of the new animated show, Lower Decks. Lower Decks is a piece of garbage, but it's a fun piece of garbage, and especially the way the Script Doctor does his videos. You get a chance to see not just why we are disliking the program so much and why most of us don't watch it and instead watch people like Script Doctor, but you'll also see him fix it or give suggestions on how this could be better. Boy, could they be. So it's a very, very interesting way of going about trying to fix entertainment. So that's why I appreciate Script Doctor's reviews so much. So check those out if you haven't already. It's pretty awesome. We have some more folks showing up. Soul is here. Soul Leibowitz, thank you for joining us. MASH also contained a lot of drinking. That's right, a lot of drinking. Of course, for me, it's water. And on the show, that wasn't, those weren't martinis, that was water. But can you imagine drinking like water with an olive in it, like a lot? That would really mess with your taste buds, I would think. Yikes. Anyway, Machini 90. Oh, that's the other thing. Machini 90 is a heck of an artist doing some art for me so that I can actually put some merch together in case you guys wanted to have some Culture Casino merch. I tried to launch a store a few times with Teespring. I never get past the coffee mug. I need more art, so I got myself a great artist in Machini 90 putting together my art for my channel, for my merch. I'm very pumped about that. Hello, Roof Korean 92. Thank you for being here. Good afternoon, or good evening, or good morning, wherever you are. Good to be here. Thank you. Runner. Let's see, what do we got? Nano Reaper. I've been doing a rewatch of the Dukes of Hazzard. How on PC could you possibly get? That's amazing. The A Team is so great. Black Sheep Squadron. I agree with you. Look, it's we had some really great television programming, and as problematic as some of the emblemology might be on that particular program, Dukes of Hazzard I'm referring to, it was great. Oh, and you want to talk about a diverse team of completely amazing characters? The A Team was a good choice as well. And you know what? Everybody likes Daisy Duke. Well, a lot of people. Black Sheep Squadron was amazing. Great program. You know what? I went back and watched pretty much the entire run of Hogan's Heroes not too long ago. I am resisting comparing the Commandant to someone right now. It's really hard. Really hard. But anyway, so you can always go back and watch great programs. There's so much out there to watch, guys. And I think we're going to start to see more and more of that. We're going to see a revival of that. We're going to see people looking for something like TV Land with unedited content out there. Whether or not they'll be able to license it or get access to it is another thing entirely, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm not sure if who has that, if it's UCP or who on a lot of those older programs. I'd have to look that up. Yeah. Yeah, oh yeah. Radar Philip Gaming says, you know what? I'm going to start doing this. I'm reading the chat, but I'm not highlighting it, so I apologize. The radar dude had a great last name, O'Reilly. Yeah, and he was a great character. And he was born with a birth defect that they hid throughout the movie and the entire television show. I think that well, they had to, because if you were in the military then and you had that type of thing, they wouldn't let you be in the military. So they hid the disability they had with his hand for pretty much the entire show. So you'll often find him holding a clipboard or holding a football or holding his teddy bear, or holding something else to hide that particular thing. So yeah, there was a lot going on. He would put his hand in his pocket a lot, especially in the earlier episodes. So yeah, it happened a lot. Hey, Philip, thank you for joining us. Yeah, and is Bone here? Anyway, oh, I get it. We said bonus. Okay, yeah, I get it. I get it. I get it. Yeah, bonus, not bone us. No. Yeah, I'm drinking invisible water. It's magical. You have a green cup and a green screen. It's invisible. Water's clear, so. Yeah. Anyway, so let's see. Shellback. Wait, that wasn't real hooch? No. Yeah, I'm not much of a magician, Billy. I just revealed my secrets, but that's okay. I like to reveal my secrets. I like to help everybody with their own secrets. I like to help other people. That's the weird thing about me. I think a lot of people notice that. So yeah, I love that. Not only does the name awesome, the picture for Roof Korean '92 is awesome too. What a great story if you can go back in time and remember what happened after that unfortunate incident and everything that went down. So, man, my hair's scraggly today. I apologize, guys. Looks like I didn't even run a brush through it. What a crazy human being I am. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I don't consider him problematic either, People's Front of Canada. And thank you for being here. I'm not sure I've seen you here before. You might be a subscriber, which I absolutely appreciate. Thank you very much. I don't consider him problematic either. Not at all. Not in the least. And nobody should. No one should. You should be happy that you have good quality television to watch with strong characters, both male and female, of every color of the rainbow and every national origin. We need to get back to the idea of understanding that we make stories that we write. And if the stories are good, they get made into other products. So if you want to tell a story about one particular national origin, you want to tell a story about one particular gender, you're free to write that story and produce it. Just don't taint other projects and other creations with those leanings, those agendas, those politics, whatever you want to call it. Don't taint other products with that. That's wrong. And first of all, it destroys the other thing, and because you're down something to build something else, which is never the right way to go about things. And I want to say hail to everybody else that's recently joined us. We are now up to 47 real-time viewers, which I absolutely appreciate you guys. Thanks you all for being here. Really do appreciate it. Yeah, TV shows they snort cornstarch for cocaine. Whoa, that's gross. Yikes. Oh, that doesn't seem good. I don't want any part of that. Dukes was not race. Me TV. There you go. Yeah. All right. We went back to his farm after the show. Oh yeah, he did. I want to be part of Hollywood. Best choice he could have made. Absolutely. Absolutely. In fact, if you get away from Hollywood, which Chris Hemsworth did, they make it easier to throw you out, even though you're a huge bankable star. And I think Chris Hemsworth's going to be like a Caviezel and Gibson and some others that were ostracized. Right when you're kicked out of their cult because you don't toe the line, it's hard to do things. You have to do them yourselves. And I think that's how Mel Gibson did the passion or made the Passion of the Christ. To be honest with you, I think that was 100% all him, if I remember correctly. So James Doohan had a WW2 injury. Yep, they hid that very well, and he was an amazing, amazing actor. That's what. Thank you for bringing me back to Star Trek. I appreciate that, Louvrian. I think the guys are going to talk about Star Trek because of the failures that are happening right now with that product, and it failed so hard. And Tom made this point the other day. It has failed so hard. Star Trek has, and Klutzman's failed so hard that they have to rebrand CBS All Access. They have to rebrand it. It's not that old. When something fails, you have to rebrand it. When somebody's saying things you don't want them to say, you have to change the conversation. So in order to change the conversation in Hollywood, you have to change the name of something. So we're going to go from CBS All Access, which is a mouthful, to Paramount Plus. Plus is like the new thing, I guess. It's like orange is the new black. Plus is the new in thing. So you're going to add plus to everything. Like, I can't wait to go to. Well, I can't go to McDonald's anymore because they took their flags down. Let's see, where can I go? Whataburger. I'm going to go to Whataburger and get milkshake plus, or I'm going to go to Wendy's and get milkshake plus. That'd be weird. Anyway, but so they, like I said, they had so much success with their Star Trek things that they are producing a new channel. Well, a new name for their streaming service channel, Paramount Plus. So be on the lookout for that because I know everybody's going to scramble to get that to add more disappointing, dystopian, sad Star Trek to their lives. Not me. By the way, this is a small aside, which I tend to do. I get off track easily. I had at CBS All Access so that I could watch the first few episodes of Picard because I was thinking, what a great show. I'm going to get to see some Star Trek that I love with a character that I know. Then I read the article in Vanity Fair that made me want to vomit. If you all read that article, you know the one I'm referring to, where he talks about this is all about Orange Man bad, all about Brexit, all about a bunch of other political stuff, and not about the show, which is garbage. But Star Trek's bad, and it's not going to get any better. And like the brief period of time I had CBS All Access, I tapped out almost right away. Yeah, I think I made it. I might have made it to the little pieces and parts of the third episode, but I had tapped out after the first one, I think, or at least the into the half of the second one. I just no longer kept my interest. It's not something I was interested in seeing. So, yeah. Without makeup, yeah. Radar is a treasure. Look at all these people that watch MASH. This is so great. I don't watch TV anymore. You know what, Wookie? I'm to that point now. I watch you guys. I watch all of my fellow creators. I hang out with you people. You guys. I went from being a person with a few friends to a person with hundreds, and I appreciate that. You guys, we I know we say this a lot, but we do appreciate everybody being out there. It's important. We like this type of conversation. And Wookie, I've replaced television too. I've replaced it with YouTube. I still go out and get the little pop culture things that I think will be of interest to you guys. I still research all the stories. I still read news. I don't consume news on a news channel anymore. I just can't. I just can't. I need unfiltered, unbiased information, and that's incredibly hard to come by nowadays. Very difficult. You have to read both sides of the story and then try to find the middle that might seem to be accurate. Is that the right term? I think that is. Old Star Trek was amazing. In fact, if you guys don't know this, I'm on Wes Moody's channel. This is another thing that happens during the week. I'm on Wes Moody's channel on Tuesday in the evenings for us at 8 Pacific Standard Time. And we watch Star Trek Continues, which is an incredible show. It was written and produced and acted in by Vic Mignogna, who's a voice actor that you probably are very familiar with because of the whole Kick Vic thing. You should have been familiar with him for other great reasons because he's a heck of a guy. And he's got another thing coming up, a fan production coming up. If anybody has any information about that, I'll be happy to highlight it in the chat. But anyway, so Star Trek Continues is brilliant. It is an homage, a loving recreation of the original series, TOS, the original series. So please check that out, on Tuesday, or watch some of the replays. You'll enjoy it. The commentary is great. We have an incredible chat there as well. And some of them are here, including Wookiee Supremacy, who isn't a Star Trek person, but likes to hang out with us anyway. So yeah, I love to see the reactions for when Coy and Vance took over the Dukes and we'd all be going mad. Yeah. Well, I wasn't a huge fan of that change anyway. I think that's when I tapped out of the show as a young person because, I watched that when it was actually on TV before syndication. So yeah. Tom does Disney. Oh, I don't want. No, I do Disney, but I don't want to. I want to look. Somebody said something very complimentary the other day about who I looked like. It was. I don't remember who it was now. Massachusetts is safe for now. Boy, I hope so. We'll see. Let's see. Rebrand Hollywood. Yeah. How about defund Hollywood first? Let's try to pare down, the crazy first. And the only way you pare that down is get rid of those executives that are making too much money for being political. We might even get some video game stuff from the channels tonight, or on FNT or stuff like that. one of the things, unfortunately, we'll be missing tonight, obviously, is Az, who's still under the weather, from what I'm to understand. And I wish him a speedy, healthy, and safe recovery. One of my favorite creators, one of the funniest people on the planet, who is great. Sorry, guys, it's my work phone. My office is calling me. Ooh. So yeah, I will happily. It's happening again, guys. I'm so sorry. Okay, I'll get back to them. Anyway, let's see. Yeah, we need many more rooftop Koreans. Yeah, but hey, Mad Mardigan. Hey, Mad Mardigan is a very creative creator. He will offend you as a member of the chat, but I think it's in a good natured way. It's hard to tell. He's a little off. Anyway, he's a lot of fun. You need to go watch to Fall one of those shows, and then I think he's got another new show. Kind of fun. Can't wait for STD to hit the airwaves. It's going to be fantastic. Yes, if you haven't heard, thank you for bringing that up. I appreciate circling back to Star Trek. If you haven't heard, um, Star Trek Discovery is going to make its premiere on network television because it's been so popular on their streaming service. They want to bring it to everybody else. I think anybody who wanted to watch that show was subscribed to All Access, and I think it's going to. I think it's going to crater when it hits the network. I think there's going to have big hype for the first week or two, just like you do with anything, including the streaming stuff. And then it's going to hit the ground. Might even hit the ground after 1 week. If I remember right, STD was bad from the very first episode. I mean, insanely bad. Not just like I'm a pilot, give me a chance. Bad. It was crater bad. So, and there's a comment right there. Thank you very much. This brilliant, brilliant. Thank you. Thank you. Can't wait for it to hit the airwaves. It's going to be fantastic. They're going to get everything they deserve and way more. Plus, very good. Plus, 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 plus. Yeah, because Paramount Plus. Have I watched the crazy show The Vow? No. Or Naxium? No. But you know what? I'll check them out. I have no idea where they are, what platforms. I'll look them up when I'm done. But it wouldn't surprise me. The SJWs, this is the conversation we had last night on Comics' channel, Comics Division. And go subscribe to his website too for the forums and stuff, so you get additional notifications of things. Pixel Nation, go check that out. It's pretty cool. But yeah, I will definitely check that out. I will definitely check that out in the future. Hollywood should go full CGI and make celebrities obsolete. Well, I think you brought that up before. I'm going to say it this way. Right now, we're not quite there. We're getting there. I think that computing time and processing time, production time, and everything that goes into that might be more expensive than paying an actual actor. But I don't know that that would help us get better entertainment. I mean, they're still going to produce the same icky story. I'm afraid. But I understand where you're coming from, and I think we'll get there. I think we're going to have a lot more virtual acting performances. I think the fact that they own the likeness of Mark Hamill for Star Wars, I think that's actually, I think that will actually be a something we'll see in the future, just like we did with Grand Moff Tarkin, if I remember right. Somebody, I'm 100% sure that was a completely, fully digital representation of him, not just a skin or a mask over the top, or digital mask, or photo mapping, as I think script calls it. But yeah, I would call it a three-dimensional mesh. If that's me. It might all be the same thing. Who knows? Yeah, he's using Star Trek as a vehicle for his policy. He did. Well, absolutely. And that he said that in an interview. He said that in an interview, and it is disgusting. I agree with you that it's not about the story anymore. It's about the platform, and that's how everybody right now is looking at that. From bad reboot and Secret Hideout and all these other fellas. Notice that they're all dudes. Anyway, they're all using these. Well, except for Kathleen Kennedy. Make your own joke there. But honestly, oh, sorry, I froze, guys. I apologize. Yeah, it looks like they're using all of their their platforms, let's say, to give us this agenda and this politic and this stuff that's just absolutely killing us and killing the brands that they were supposed to caretake. I don't know what to do with it anymore. I really don't. I mean, we have these conversations every single week, and the guys will be having the conversations again tonight. So I don't think I didn't freeze too badly for you guys out there. I really don't. Oh, yeah, you are my special friend, Fat Steven Seagal, and I will make sure to get you half a chicken nugget because I know that Lorena pays you in half a chicken nugget, so I know you could use some more. Jake D. Here's another great creator you guys should check out. He has a show this afternoon, if I'm not mistaken, or a little bit later after mine. Sorry, that's afternoon for me. I don't know for the rest of you guys. So, but check out his channel. He's an up and comer. He's doing some good content. So just make sure that that's something you get a chance to check out. Shellback's been making stuff forever. Yeah, don't let the new stuff ruin the old stuff. You are one of the few people that are able to do that. I'm having a hard time right now. I can't deny. Can't deny. Yeah, Bill, dude, that was a rough scene in MASH. You're 100% right. When they killed off Henry Blake, it was hard, and the way they did it. Of course, there was no other way to do it then, and it would have been, I mean, it honored exactly the things that occurred during the war with the plane crash. Terrible. Um, anyway, gosh, you guys are just digging it today. You're digging it today. Yeah. Hail, hail. Um, I'd love to watch a Star Trek too. Oh yeah, I know. See, and that's the thing. I watch the replay, Karen. Watch, please. You're a valuable member of our community, and I know that you have to sleep sometime. We appreciate you. We really do, Captain Trek. Is Culture a Hawkeye or a Pierce? I don't know, guys. What do you think? Am I a Hawkeye or Pierce? Wait, Hawkeye and Pierce are the same character. Unless you're referring to who is named after. But, good question. MASH was the best TV show for 10 years. It was. And I have all of them on physical media. And I encourage all of you to have them on physical media. And they can't be edited. Oh, exactly. Apollo Patriot. Thank you for bringing this around. This will be talked about tonight on not only Friday Night Frolics, but also on Friday Night Tights, TikTok. The president's decided TikTok's not going to operate anymore after Sunday. Awesome. Well, actually, you won't be able to download it anymore after Sunday. I'm not sure that it won't still run. I can't speak to because I didn't get a chance to consume the entire article, but that's pretty amazing. Big deals on that platform like Sporking News wow, listen to me speak. Sporking News Podcast, who is one of my pals, is a big deal on TikTok. I think he's got over 3,500 followers over there, so he's kind of a big deal. Anyway, kind of a bummer for him though. He's got some good content there. At least he can bring that over to the mini stories. Oh, that's the other thing that probably the guys will talk about tonight, or maybe Doomcock will. YouTube created another micro video thing to compete with TikTok called I don't know what it's called, but essentially it's like short stories or whatever, and they're just 30-second video clips. They're trying to basically make you have a section of YouTube be these little micro movies. I don't know what you call them. They're just the little video clips that I hate. So, but they're going to do that, and we'll see how many creators start to make those as well. I don't know if it'll catch on. I might try to do a couple, but I don't know if I can grind everything I want to say down to 30 seconds. It'd be really, really hard. Yeah, hey Cap, look at this. Everybody's here. Defund A-list actors. Well, we're working on that, guys. Let me tell you, and they're doing a pretty good job of it themselves, and they're all moving. I wonder, is the CultureCasino at the top just an overlay? Actually, it is a MP4 video loop that plays so that I can get the drop shadow effect in on other backgrounds. Here it doesn't show up very well because it's gold. But yeah, and so it sits actually in front of me on the screen. So I try to do it. And, yeah. What's up, Shellback? I was saying you have channel content. I was trying to say old school channel content. I think that's where my froze up, unfortunately. Go for Papa Palpatine. You're fired. Yeah, that's the old thing. Yeah, for sure with TikTok. Oh yeah, peace out. Yeah, Joel Schneider. Yeah, I heard he's going to do a remake of Smokey and the Bandit. That'll be kind of interesting. Would not pick. Do you happen to know what? Does anybody out there happen to know what the casting would be? Generation Productions. Hello, glad you could be here. Man, everybody's just popping in. I really appreciate it. Hello to everybody that's here and has come by. I really and everybody that shows up later because I appreciate all of you too. Um, I realize every day that I get one sub a day, and when I upload stuff every day, that's pretty cool. But I can't stand YouTube. Yeah, well, you always pick up some. I usually do really well when I hang out with my friends. I get up 2 or 3 per day that I actually do a stream with people. So that's why you see me on a lot of channels. Not really. I like to hang out with my friends, but subs are subs. They come and go. I've been told, and I've seen for myself recently. Uh, Lower Decks is so bad they don't even put the They- yeah, they're it's awful. It's awful. It's that 25% difference. I think they're just trying to keep their control of that product, and it's just they're poisoning that well. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have to. People's Front of Canada, they're going to have to, or it's going to be very, very bad. Raised by Wolves on HBO, episode 4. I've been completely surprised how much I'm enjoying it. It's pretty much good, and the sci-fi nerds will love it. Well, okay, I'll have to see. Yeah. KK is a dude. I'm not gonna highlight that, but that's a good joke. Okay, that's a good joke. Kitty Cat isn't going to save you, STD. That's true. True. Let it go. Let it go. Don't. Oh man, stupid Frozen's in my head the rest of the day. Ruined Star Trek, Star Wars, Doctor Who. Yeah, God, the Doctor Who things. Oh God, think about how long the show's been around, and they just killed it. Yeah, I got Frozen. Yeah. Yeah. All right. Scheduled to the boy. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Cool, cool, cool. Looking forward to that. Um, Cousin Oliver was. Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yeah, I thought it was today, but no, I guess I missed the date. But yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Can't wait to see it. Cousin Oliver was the original Doctor Z and BSG. Aha, cool. Look at all these people. Trapper. Trapper John. That's right. And then he went on to have his own spin-off series. He's kind of an interesting dude in Hollywood. Very conservative, very thoughtful. He's incredibly financially savvy. He built a substantial amount of wealth with investments. So, yeah, that was actually a pretty good show. And or am I? Did he actually act in that show? I don't even remember. I think so. Am I misremembering that? Did I just reveal how old I am by misremembering something? I don't think so. I don't think so. I'm right. I think I'm right. Sporking News Codcast, Plaidcast, whatever. Yeah, I know. I screwed that up. TikTok is from China. Yeah, that is. Yeah, China. Yeah, I can't say it quite that way that's spelled. I don't know how you would do that. But yeah, which, you know what, Chinese companies, there are many of them that have good faith business interests in the United States, as long as they're not too overly influenced by their government. But it's hard to determine which those are. We also know to an extreme level just how much manufacturing is controlled by a certain individual that's contributing to the detriment of this country. That's really trying for this new world government kind of a model. The Gingrich thing was really funny on Fox the other day, and they had to apologize for that, which you're never going to hear. So, but it happened. No more upgrade. Oh yeah. Update. The update is that yeah, it's going to an American company. I think it's going to Oracle. I think that's the company that won the bid. And I think that it will continue to operate, but for the time being, I think it's going to be off the platform Sunday. So we'll see what happens, or off the platforms. Apple Store, Android, blah blah blah, or at least blocked. Um, TikTok seemed redundant. Yeah, look, this is the weirdest thing. It's one of the reasons why I think Quibi is such a piece of garbage and is going to fail. And they're going to push that thing through the middle of probably next year before they decide to shut it down. They should shut it down now. Get the money back to the investors, and at least sell some of the assets to somebody else, because they have a court case they're in the middle of. I haven't read any updates on. I'll have to do another search for it. Where they're being sued because they sold the technology in order to enable the service, and they're going to have a hard time proving they didn't. there was some notes that were left behind in the. It doesn't matter. Anyway, they stole that tech. So let's see what we got. Anybody else? I'm getting ready to wind down, guys. I only planned on going an hour today. Obviously, the real world wants me to do things today, so I need to do that. Let's see. Oh, Black Widow is yeah. God, just keep your mouth shut. You could have had a better weekend. I mean, eventually people like myself would have told everybody just, how much garbage got inserted into it. But don't try to sell the movie like that. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna kill it. You're gonna kill it. Smokey and the Bandit Rides Again will be released December 2020. However, there's no wow. How would they do that? So it's already been made. I need to do some research, guys. He died recently, didn't he? I don't know. Track and mash, really. Yeah. Sorry, there's not a lot left. Modern take on British series Blake 7. I think it could be done. I think it could be done well. Yep, Zokai. Yep, he was. Trapper John. Yep. It was really great. Wayne Rogers. Thank you, Bill. That would be terrible. Oh, what a loss. Smart guy. Holy cow. Oh, okay. It wasn't. Oh, I'm sorry. The court said so. Okay. All right. See, I misremember, but it still was a spinoff. I don't care. The court said so. All right. Well, I was wrong. I'm wrong often. It's okay. I apologize. I'm wrong. I admit it. I'm not going to die on that hill like Netflix. God, what a hill to die on. Oh, it always comes back to that stupid show. Oh. Ooh, okay. All right. We will see you tonight. I hope you guys all check out the shows that we've talked about a little bit. I didn't get a chance to talk too much about it because we got fired up like we always do. I can't wait to do the show. I think I'm going to do this every Friday rather than do a video. I got it. You guys all join me. I really appreciate it. Got a decent audience, and I need the watch hours. I have to admit it. So I'm glad you guys all showed up. You guys are awesome. Appreciate it. I hope you guys. I'm dislike. I don't care. I've been seeing a dislike on almost every video now. I've got a very dedicated hater, which I love. Thank you, Generation Productions. Take it easy. The very first episode of Trapper John Mouse Trapper waking up from a nightmare where he called for Hawkeye. Well, there you go. There you go. Oh, I love that. K. John Boom. Aliens. I heard a great meme. I love those. Thanks for showing up, People's Front of Canada, and to all of you. Thank you all for being here. For you guys are going to be the first to see my closeout ending video. I just want to thank you again all for being here. Please go out there, take care of yourself, take care of others, wash your hands, and until next time, bye.
This time we're landing in about 1 minute. Thank you.